A lot has been going on over the last couple of years that we just couldn't talk about. But we've given over all of our evidence over to multiple reporters, including the police department.
Jonathan Lamb just did the unthinkable, dragging Joni Lamb to the Supreme Court. But what could make a son take such a drastic step against his own mother? Witnesses say Jonathan was in tears after Joni's shocking actions, and insiders reveal disturbing claims about irregularities in their children's upbringing. Has Joni finally crossed a line Jonathan can't ignore? This fallout is deeper than anyone imagined, and the truth behind Jonathan's heartbreaking public breakdown will leave you speechless. Buckle up, because this scandal is about to explode. Rumors of Joni Lamb's imminent arrest and legal troubles. Whispers are growing louder, and Joni Lamb may be closer than ever to facing legal consequences. For years, she has been at the center of controversies, financial scandals, and power struggles. But now, insiders claim that law enforcement is finally taking action. Speculation is running wild that authorities are investigating allegations of fraud, financial misconduct, and potential misuse of donor funds linked to Daystar Television. Several sources suggest that federal agencies have been quietly gathering evidence for months, looking into how money has been handled behind the scenes. Some claim that donations meant for ministry work may have been used for personal expenses, with millions of dollars unaccounted for. If true, Joni could be facing charges of embezzlement, wire fraud, and financial deception, crimes that carry serious prison time. But the financial allegations aren't the only issue. There are also rumors that former employees and business associates have come forward with claims about intimidation, coercion, and unethical behavior. Some allege that Joni manipulated contracts and forced individuals into silence, using her influence to keep damaging secrets hidden. If these allegations hold weight, she could be looking at civil lawsuits alongside criminal investigations. The speculation has reached a boiling point on social media, with some users claiming that arrests could be imminent. Hashtags like Joni Lamb investigation and Daystar fraud have begun trending as people debate whether this is the moment when everything finally unravels. Some insist that she will never face justice, believing that her influence and wealth will protect her, while others argue that even the most powerful figures can't escape accountability forever. Meanwhile, Joni Lamb has remained completely silent on the matter. No statements, no denials, no attempts to clear her name. To some, this silence is a sign that she knows what's coming. Could she be preparing for the worst? Or is she confident that she can still avoid prosecution? As pressure mounts and the rumors refuse to die down, the world is watching closely. If authorities truly have the evidence they need, Joni Lamb's days as a free woman may be numbered.
I went to Daystar one afternoon to grab something from the cafe. There was something in the green room, and I had my child with me, and I knew she was scared at this point, so we didn't take her there anymore. We had a nanny at home with her. But this one time, I wanted to pick up something really quick. I go in there. It's in the afternoon. I didn't think anyone would be in the green room. And I take her with me, and it's horrible. I go to grab that box of food, and in walks Pete and, his spouse. And my child was so full of terror, her body went completely limp, and she fell under the table hard. I grabbed her little body, I picked her up, and I ran into the car. And I remember telling other family members about it, the ones I trusted, and it was traumatic. I was like, I'm not bringing my child here.
Jonathan Lamb speaks out. She's going to prison. Jonathan Lamb has finally broken his silence, and his words have sent shockwaves through the religious and media worlds. For months, speculation has swirled about his strained relationship with his mother, Joni Lamb, but now he's made it clear he intends to see her behind bars. In a statement that has left both supporters and critics stunned, Jonathan has vowed to bring legal action against his mother, holding her accountable for what he describes as years of corruption, deception, and manipulation. Insiders close to the Lamb family have hinted for months that Jonathan had been quietly gathering evidence, waiting for the right moment to make his move. And now, that moment has come. Speaking to a group of confidants, he reportedly said, "I've seen what she's done, and I won't stay silent anymore. She thinks she's above the law, but she's about to learn that no one is untouchable." His words weren't just filled with anger, they carried a weight of finality, a promise that he would not stop until justice was served. According to sources, Jonathan has a case strong enough to shake the foundation of Daystar Television itself. He is said to have documents, witness statements, and financial records that paint a troubling picture of how his mother has run the network. There are claims of misused donor funds, hidden transactions, and personal expenses disguised as ministry costs. If what Jonathan alleges is true, Joni Lamb could be facing serious legal consequences, including federal charges for fraud, tax evasion, and embezzlement. But this battle is more than just a legal fight. It's deeply personal. Jonathan isn't just a former insider looking to expose wrongdoing. He's a son going after his own mother. Those close to the situation say that his decision to go public wasn't made lightly, but that he felt he had no choice. "She crossed too many lines," he allegedly told a source. "I tried to fix things privately, but she refused. Now, the courts will decide her fate." Jonathan's statement has triggered an explosion of reactions across social media and the Christian community. Within hours of his words being made public, the internet was flooded with speculation, theories, and debates. Some are calling him a hero, a man brave enough to stand up for what's right, even when it means taking down his own family. Others, however, are calling him a traitor, accusing him of turning against his mother for personal gain or out of revenge. Hashtags like "Justice for Jonathan" and "Joni Lamb Exposed" have begun trending, with people on both sides of the debate weighing in. Supporters of Jonathan argue that his actions prove just how serious the situation is. No one takes their own mother to court unless there's something truly awful happening behind closed doors, one Twitter user wrote. Jonathan is risking everything to make sure the truth comes out. But defenders of Joni Lamb are pushing back hard. Some believe that this is nothing more than a family dispute gone too far, and that Jonathan is being used by people who want to take Daystar down. "Families fight, but this is betrayal," wrote a longtime supporter of the network. Joni has done so much for the Christian community, and now her own son is trying to destroy her. This is just heartbreaking. As the controversy spreads, major news outlets have picked up the story, with some investigative journalists now looking into whether federal agencies have already been involved in a case against Joni Lamb. There are rumors that subpoenas have been issued, and that Jonathan's legal team has been in contact with authorities to ensure that his claims are backed by official investigations. If that's the case, Joni may already be under serious legal scrutiny, and Jonathan's public statement could be the final push, forces authorities to act. Despite the firestorm of attention, Joni Lamb has remained completely silent. No official response, no statement, no attempt to deny the allegations. To some, this silence is damning. If she were truly innocent, wouldn't she be speaking out right now? One social media user asked. The fact that she's staying quiet says everything we need to know. But to others, her silence is a sign of wisdom. "Joni knows this is a trap," wrote one supporter. "If she responds now, they'll twist her words against her. She's waiting for the right moment to speak." While the legal process is still unfolding, one thing is clear. This fight is far from over. Jonathan Lamb has made it clear that he's not backing down, and he fully expects his mother to face consequences for what she has done. Whether that means civil lawsuits, financial penalties, or even prison time, only time will tell.
There's so many more stories I haven't told anybody. For example, Jonathan took our kids to our mutual friend's birthday party, and our daughter stuck close to daddy. And later, after I wasn't there, later the next day, Pete's wife told me, "Pete's so heartbroken. She wouldn't come close to him the whole party." And she was like, she needs to say sorry to Pete. There's so many stories that the world doesn't know that I'm not telling because I'm not trying to convict this man.
Right.
Law enforcement will do it.
For many, this is more than just a courtroom battle. It's a war over the truth. Has Joni Lamb really abused her power, misused donations, and betrayed the trust of her followers? Or is this just a bitter family feud that has spiraled out of control? With every passing day, more people are choosing sides. The Christian community is deeply divided, some standing by Joni, others turning against her. But no matter which side people are on, one question remains at the heart of this entire scandal. Will Joni Lamb end up in prison? Jonathan Lamb seems to think so, and if he has his way, his mother's reign at Daystar will come to an end in a courtroom, not on a television screen. As the legal battle intensifies, the world watches in anticipation, waiting to see whether Jonathan Lamb's bold accusations will hold up in court, or if Joni Lamb will find a way to escape the storm that is rapidly closing in on her. The tension between mother and son has now become a full-blown war, one that no one saw coming, but now seems impossible to stop. With each passing day, new details emerge, and every revelation only seems to deepen the cracks in the Lamb family. Sources close to the situation suggest that Jonathan is working with an aggressive legal team, determined to expose everything, not just the financial irregularities, but also the personal betrayals and the alleged behind-the-scenes manipulations that he claims his mother has orchestrated for years. Those inside Daystar Television are reportedly divided. Some longtime supporters of Johnny refuse to believe the allegations, insisting that Jonathan is being manipulated by outside forces, looking to take down the network and destroy everything his parents built. Others, however, have begun to question everything, wondering if the rumors of financial corruption and unethical leadership could actually be true. Behind closed doors, Joni Lamb is reportedly in crisis mode. According to sources familiar with the situation, her legal team has been scrambling to control the damage, trying to find a way to either silence the controversy or shift the public narrative in her favor. Some speculate that she is preparing a major public statement, one that could either serve as a full denial of the accusations or a carefully calculated admission of certain mistakes in an effort to reduce the legal consequences she may face. But will it be enough? Jonathan's public stance has only grown stronger, and he has made it clear that he will not back down, no matter what tactics his mother's legal team attempts to use. Those close to him say that he is emotionally drained but determined, fully aware that his decision to go against his mother has permanently altered their family dynamic. She always thought she was untouchable, Jonathan reportedly told a close confidant. She built a world where no one could question her, where people were too afraid to speak up. Well, I'm speaking up, and she won't be able to silence me. His words have resonated with many who have long been skeptical of Johnny's leadership at Daystar. Former employees, once afraid to speak out, are beginning to come forward, sharing stories of behind-the-scenes intimidation, financial pressure, and questionable business practices. Some claim that they were forced to sign non-disclosure agreements, threatened with legal action if they ever revealed what they saw and experienced inside the ministry. Meanwhile, social media remains a battleground of heated opinions. Some continue to defend Joni, painting Jonathan as a bitter son with personal vendettas, while others see him as a whistleblower, finally exposing what they always suspected about the Lamb empire. The divide in public perception only fuels the fire, making it clear that no matter what happens in court, the damage to Joni's legacy is already done. Legal experts analyzing the case believe that Jonathan has enough evidence to at least launch a serious investigation. If the courts find substantial proof of financial misconduct, fraudulent activities, or other violations, Joni Lamb could be facing criminal charges. Some even speculate that federal authorities may already be involved, quietly gathering their own case as Jonathan's legal battle unfolds in the public eye. If Joni were to be convicted, the consequences could be devastating. Not only would she likely face financial penalties and possible prison time, but Daystar Television itself could be at risk. Without Joni at the helm, could the network survive? Or would her downfall take the entire ministry with it? For now, Joni Lamb remains silent, but that silence speaks volumes. The world is waiting for her next move, and every day that passes without a response only fuels the speculation that she is either preparing for the fight of her life or bracing for an inevitable downfall. One thing is clear: this is no longer just a family feud. This is a battle for the truth. A fight for justice or redemption depending on which side you believe. And as the courtroom showdown looms, the only question left to ask is, will Jonathan Lamb succeed in bringing down the woman who raised him, or will Joni Lamb find a way to survive the storm? One way or another, this scandal is far from over.
Daystar was contacted for a comment by the journalist Friday, November 15th, and then I was subsequently fired the following day, November 16th.
Some scary things happened. Being followed, private investigators, intimidation, threats. Even through all of that, things don't stop. So we felt like we had no other option but to reach out to a journalist. When you bring things to the light, things, get better. So that's what we did.
Absolutely. And, I really felt from the Lord that even though a lot of wrong had been done to me, that I was to stand firm in the position that God had called me to and to not walk away. Right now, Susie and I are at an undisclosed location because we simply do not feel safe at our home. Now, please know that not only has Julie Royce been given all of the evidence and is writing a story that will be out soon.
Darker rumors surrounding Joni Lamb. Rumors about Joni Lamb have taken a darker and more disturbing turn as insiders and former associates continue to come forward with shocking allegations. While the legal battles and financial scandals have dominated the headlines, whispers about her personal life, hidden actions, and secret manipulations have begun to circulate through social media and industry circles. What was once viewed as a dispute between a mother and son has now spiraled into something much bigger: a deeper investigation into who Joni Lamb really is behind closed doors. Sources close to Daystar Television claim that Joni's carefully curated image has been nothing more than a mask, hiding a controlling, ruthless personality that few have dared to speak out against. Those who have worked with her say that she wielded absolute power over the network, ensuring that no one questioned her decisions. Former employees describe a toxic environment, full of fear and paranoia, where disobedience or even mild criticism could lead to being ostracized, fired, or even threatened with legal action. Some claim that she used spiritual manipulation, convincing those around her that opposing her leadership was equivalent to opposing God's will. Beyond workplace allegations, disturbing personal rumors have surfaced, painting a completely different picture of the woman who has spent years preaching morality and righteousness. Some whispers suggest that her personal relationships were not as pure as she led the public to believe. There are claims that Joni engaged in secret affairs, some allegedly with individuals within the ministry, while at the same time promoting traditional Christian values and condemning others for straying from biblical teachings. If these rumors are true, they could expose a level of hypocrisy that would shake her credibility to its core. Then there are the financial rumors that extend beyond the legal accusations. Some have suggested that Joni has been involved in elaborate financial deals that go beyond what has been made public. There are whispers of offshore accounts, hidden investments, and even connections to powerful figures outside the religious world. If these allegations hold any truth, they could mean that Joni has been operating in a much more calculated and deceptive way than anyone previously imagined. Some speculate that certain large donations given to Daystar never actually went toward the causes they were supposed to support, but instead disappeared into accounts that were never disclosed to the public. Perhaps the most shocking and chilling rumors involve the manipulation of those closest to her, including her own family. Some have alleged that Joni used emotional and psychological tactics to maintain control over her household, ensuring that no one could challenge her position, not even Jonathan. Former insiders claim that she kept a tight grip on every aspect of life at Daystar, ensuring that her influence extended into the personal decisions of those around her. Those who tried to break free allegedly faced intense backlash, with some even claiming that they were cut off completely, isolated, and left to fend for themselves after years of loyalty. Social media has played a major role in spreading and amplifying these allegations, with countless discussions and speculations about what Joni Lamb may have been hiding. Some believe that Jonathan's actions are just the tip of the iceberg, that if he is willing to take his own mother to court, there must be even more that hasn't been revealed yet. Others question whether Jonathan himself was a victim of Joni's control, only now realizing the full extent of her actions after stepping away from the network. Then there are the theories that Joni has already made her escape plan. Some insiders claim that she has been moving assets, cutting ties, and preparing for the possibility that her reign over Daystar will soon come to an end. There are even whispers that she has reached out to high-profile legal teams to find a way to escape both legal consequences and the collapse of her empire. Some speculate that she may even leave the country if the legal situation worsens, ensuring that she is never truly held accountable for what she has done. While none of these rumors have been officially confirmed, the damage to Joni Lamb's reputation is already severe. Even the most loyal followers are beginning to question her past, wondering whether the woman they trusted for years has actually been hiding an entirely different life from them. Daystar Television is already facing immense pressure as sponsors, donors, and religious leaders begin to distance themselves from the growing scandal. Some ministries that once worked alongside Joni are reportedly reconsidering their associations, fearful that supporting her could lead to public backlash. Despite the rising tide of speculation, Joni has remained mostly silent, refusing to directly address the allegations swirling around her. To some, this silence is a sign of guilt, an admission without words that she knows her secrets are beginning to unravel. To others, it is a strategic move, a way to avoid feeding the controversy in hopes that the rumors will eventually fade away. But as the days go by, that seems less and less likely. Every new claim, every leak story, and every insider revelation only fuels the fire, making it clear that this scandal isn't going away anytime soon. The real question now is whether the truth will ever come out in full. If even a fraction of the rumors are true, Joni Lamb's fall from grace will be unlike anything the Christian media world has ever seen. Could more former associates come forward with first-hand accounts? Will investigations uncover a web of deception far more intricate than anyone suspected? And, most importantly, will Joni Lamb finally be forced to answer for everything she has allegedly done? One thing is certain, this is no longer just about a legal battle. This is about the truth, power, and the unraveling of a figure who once stood as a symbol of faith. Whether she survives the storm or is swept away by it, the world is watching closely, waiting to see just how deep this scandal truly goes.